Ghosting your leads is expensive, right? So you might be saying, Avi, Michelle, with what you just said. Okay. So when you don't nurture your leads that you already have, you're forced to constantly find new ones. That means more ad spend, more content creation, more time on social media, right? More time in your DMs, basically more of everything that already drains your energy and drains your bank account. Have you ever been ghosted? You know that feeling when someone just disappears into thin air after you thought all things were going really well? It stinks, right? Well, today I want to talk about something that might make you a little bit uncomfortable because there's a good chance that you might be the one doing the ghosting in your own business. Yes, I am talking to you. You might be ghosting the very people that could help your business thrive. But here's the thing. You probably don't even know that you're doing it. So let me paint a picture for you. You've invested this time, energy, and money into your marketing. Your ads are running, your content is fire, you're showing up on social media, and it's working. You're getting leads coming through your funnel. People are downloading those freebies, they're signing up for your webinars, they're joining your email list, right? You're excited because the front end of your business is actually working. But then crickets, right? Silence. Maybe you send one email. Maybe you have like a short nurture sequence, but after that, the leads are essentially left like on red, right? Or maybe this. Someone actually buys your course or signs up for your coaching program, which is amazing. But after that initial purchase, there's no real onboarding. There's no check-ins. There's no celebrations of their milestones, no nurturing of that relationship. So in both cases, you're essentially ghosting people who have shown interest in what you have to offer, and it's costing you big time. Well, today I want to break down exactly what this ghosting is costing you and give you a roadmap to fix it so you can stop leaving money on the table and start creating raving fans instead. Sound good? All right, so let's start with the hard truth. Ghosting your leads is expensive, right? So you might be saying, Avi, Michelle, with what you just said. Okay, so when you don't nurture your leads that you already have, you're forced to constantly find new ones. That means more ad spend, more content creation, more time on social media, right? More time in your DMs, basically more of everything that already drains your energy and drains your bank account. So let me throw some numbers at you. Studies show that acquiring a new customer can cost 5 times more than retaining an existing one. 5 times. And increasing customer retention by just 5% can increase your profits by 25% to 95%. Those are not small numbers, my friend, right? Maybe you want to think about it this way. If you're spending $1,000 a month on ads to generate new leads, but you're not nurturing the leads that you already have, you're essentially setting fire to a big chunk of that money, right? But that's not just all about the financial costs. There's also the opportunity costs. So every time someone shows interest in your offer, but doesn't convert, right, meaning into a sale, because you did not nurture them properly, that's missed opportunity. So every time a client doesn't re-up, right, or renew, right, or resell, go up that value ladder of their coaching program or your package or whatever it is that you offer because you did not maintain that relationship, that's another missed opportunity. And these missed opportunities add up very, very fast. So what does this ghosting actually look like in practice? Okay, so let me break it down for you in 2 main categories. So first, there's that leads ghosting, right? So this happens when someone enters your world, Maybe they downloaded that lead magnet, signed up for the webinar, right? Or your challenge, and then it's silence, right? Those crickets are everywhere. Or maybe you sent them a few emails, but there's no real strategy, no personalization, no genuine attempt to build a relationship. Then there's client ghosting, right? So this happens when someone actually buys from you, but then after that transaction, they're left to fend for themselves, right? No proper onboarding, no check ins, no celebration of their wins, no support when they are struggling. Both types of ghosting lead to the same result, right? We talked about missed opportunities for deeper engagement, missed opportunities for repeat business, and missed opportunities for referrals. Now, I know what you might be thinking, like, Michelle, but I just don't have time to personally nurture every single lead or check in with every single client. And I get it. We are all busy. We're trying to earn more, work less. I get it. But here's the thing. You don't need to do it all personally. You just need systems in place that make people feel seen, valued, and supported. So let's talk about what those systems might look like. For the nurturing, right, for the leads, it starts with a well thought out email sequence that doesn't just push your offer, but really provides this genuine value. And more importantly, makes a connection, makes you relatable to them, right? And that's when we're talking and starting to build that relationship. So think about segmenting your list based on behaviors or interests so you can send more targeted, personalized, relevant content, okay? Set up automation triggers based on specific actions. So if someone watches your webinar but doesn't buy, they should receive a different sequence than someone who didn't even show up for the webinar. Okay. Now for client nurturing, consider creating a comprehensive onboarding process that makes new clients feel welcomed, right? And very clear about their next steps. Set up regular checkpoints throughout your program or coaching relationship. And then celebrate those milestones publicly. Give shout outs to clients who are making progress. Create a community where your clients can connect with each other. And don't forget about the offboarding process, right? You might be saying, what? I'm going to celebrate or talk about offboarding? Yes, right? Because you might be thinking, well, that's the end of the relationship and I need to move on to the next client. Well, do you? Because at the end of a program shouldn't be the end of the relationship. It could be like, what's the next steps? Maybe it's something like you refer them to something else because you don't go to the next step. Maybe it's gathering data. There's so many things that you can be doing in the offboarding process and really have them leave on this high note that still leaves them with a raving fan, that they might refer their business bestie to you to join your program because maybe they're at a lower level. Make sense? Okay, let me share a quick case study to bring this to life, so to speak. I had a client who was struggling with exactly this issue. She's a business coach who had a decent number of leads coming in, but her conversion rate was a little low. It was like womp womp, right? Like, we can definitely make this better. And the few clients she did have rarely signed up for the next package, right? Like the next level in her value ladder. So we took a look at her systems and we discovered she was really essentially ghosting both her leads and her clients. Her email nurture sequence was basic and generic, like, okay, everybody else, does this kind of thing. And then once the client signed on, there was no formal onboarding, no community, right? None of that we talked about. So we went ahead and revamped her entire approach to this nurturing. And when I say nurturing, like, I feel that word is so overused. And when I say nurturing, it's really building that bond, building that relationship, the relatability, right? Making those connections. So we created a segmented email strategy for her leads, right? With different paths based on those behaviors or interests. And then we set up proper onboarding system for new clients, right? Complete with welcome gifts and clarity calls, like the whole 9 yards, okay? We implemented monthly celebration emails where she highlighted client wins. Okay, so if you want to be thinking about this and the client wins, I want you to just for a minute think like beyond what we're talking about and like big picture, because this all goes into the big picture. Because when we get wins, what do we get? Testimonials. So every time I hear somebody say, I can't add a testimony, I don't have testimonials to add to my sales pages, right? Or my webinars. Well, hello, these are ways that you can get that, right? And then we created a simple but effective onboarding process that included like this graduation celebration and a clear path to that next level of working together. The results? Within 3 months, her conversion rate doubled and her client retention rate went from about 20% to over 70%. But perhaps the most exciting change was the increase in referrals because her clients now felt seen and supported throughout their journey. They were much more likely to recommend her to their friends and colleagues. In fact, referrals became the number one source of new clients for her, right? So this meant she can actually reduce her ad spend and time consuming and creating content because she had created a self-sustaining ecosystem of happy clients bringing in her new clients. All right. So I want to be clear about something. It isn't about manipulation or being fake. It's about genuinely caring for your leads and clients and putting systems in place that allow you to demonstrate that care at scale. So when done right, nurturing or connections, building relationships, all that good stuff shouldn't really feel salesy or pushy. It should feel like you're genuinely interested in helping people solve their problems because you actually are, right? So let's talk about some practical steps that you can take right now to stop ghosting and start building those relationships. So first and most importantly, and this is the biggest thing that I see people don't do, and I actually, right before recording this episode, I had a sales call, if you will, and somebody mentioned, hey, I think I'm missing XYZ because you're not mapping out your current lead journey or customer journey. Where are the leads coming from? What happens after they enter your world? Where are those gaps in communication? And then you do the same thing along that client journey is for when they buy, right? So what does that experience look like? What do you want that to be? What are the touch points? Where are the milestones? And where do you feel like they're currently not being supported or you're abandoning them? Then identify your quick wins. Maybe it's setting up a proper welcome sequence or creating a 30-day check-in email for new clients. Like, what could that be your plan? And then think about how you can segment your audience for more personalized communication. Remember, that relevance is key to engagement. If they're not interested or it's not relevant to them, they're not going to engage, whether it be on email, social, anywhere, right? Then consider how you can celebrate and showcase client wins. This not only makes that client feel super great, but it also shows potential clients what's possible when they work with you. And then lastly, plan your follow-up strategy for past clients. Just because a program ended doesn't mean that the relationship should, right? So I want to paint a picture of what's possible when you actually stop ghosting and start truly engaging with your leads and clients. So imagine for a minute, go into this imagined state that a business where leads don't go cold because you are nurturing, right? You're building this relationship, and that sequence is so engaging and so valuable that people actually look forward to getting your emails, right? They think about that storytelling, right? People want to know, like, what are your adventures next? What are you up to? What's going on in your world? Imagine clients who are so well supported that they achieve remarkable results and they can't stop talking about you to anyone who will listen. Imagine not having to constantly hustle for new leads because you have this steady stream of repeat business and referrals. And imagine being able to raise your prices because the value you provide is so clearly demonstrated throughout the entire client journey. This isn't just a fairy tale. This is what's possible when you make nurturing or building this relationship a priority in your business. And the best part is that once you set up these systems, Most of it can be automated. You can nurture at scale without having to work more hours. So I challenge you to take an honest look at your business and ask yourself, am I ghosting my leads and clients? And if the answer is yes, even if it's at any point in the journey, and for most of us, there's at least some room for improvement, then it's time to make the change. But here's the truth. In a world where everything feels increasingly disconnected, genuine connection is your secret weapon. It's how you will stand out from the crowd. It's how you turn one-time buyers into these lifelong fans. And ultimately, it's how you build a business that not only makes you money, but also makes a difference. So stop ghosting, start nurturing, and watch your business transform from a constant hustle for new leads into a thriving community of people who love what you do and can't wait to tell others about it. I appreciate you so much for being here with me today. And if you got value from this episode, I'd appreciate it and be very grateful if you were to leave an honest review. Until next time, let's grow your business together.